All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here talking about real music in real time for real people just like you, just like me. So, if you're going to go see Metallica or the band Tool, I'm thinking of maybe calling Tool Useful Idiot here because typically that's what a tool is. And based on this article, people, this is going to blow your mind, okay? So, Metallica and Tool are now using thing sniffing dogs. Sorry for that analogy here. I'm serious. Dogs that will sniff out to find the thing as part of their tour safety at recent shows, either ones they've already done. Imagine on the ticket stub, it says, be alert, there may be a bomb sniffing dog, but it's actually not for bombs. There could be a drug sniffing dog. It's not for drugs. It's to prove that you went to Walgreens or you didn't go to Walgreens, or it's there to prove that no matter how many times you go to Walgreens, it doesn't work. According to one report, Metallica and Tool are among the artists who have recruited dogs specifically trained to sniff for traces of the thing in members of their crew, entourage, or anyone else who gets backstage. Now, could it be that this program might be expanded to those who are showing up for the show? So if you were thinking of maybe kind of slipping in under the radar, you had your Walgreens expert decide that they weren't going to give you the thing. Instead, they were going to give it to, I don't know, a peach or a box of raisins, right? Instead of giving it to you, and then they hand you the card and you're like, yes, right? The best of all worlds. But it appears that the dogs are going to be let loose. Metallica hired an Ohio-based firm, Biodetection Canine, for its fall shows in Fort Lauderdale and Atlanta, and also at the band's 40th anniversary gigs in San Francisco last month. So they've already, there goes your medical privacy. If you're in the crew, you have no more medical privacy. Imagine the dog goes down the line and then it ends up on you. Now, wait till you hear how the dogs do this. This is even more damning if you're one of those persons who swears by wearing a medical device on your head, thinking that medical device, it protects me, it protects you, it protects the entire universe. So far, knock on wood, the dogs have been knocking it out of the park, says John Peets of Q Prime, the management company that represents Metallica. I think they also represent Journey last time I looked into that. I think it was Q Prime. We haven't had a dog miss anybody. So the dogs are spot on. These are the dogs of war, ladies and gentlemen. And they are doing full combat on the thing and your medical privacy all in one fell swoop. Biodetection Canine has been in the business of using dogs to detect viruses, bacteria, and fungi for over a decade in partnership with the U.S. Department of Agriculture and other, other government agencies. I wonder what other government agencies, like the FBI, the CIA, Department of Homeland Security. Oh my gosh, people. It's like a web. It's like a giant web that's just closing in on everybody. The company plans to channel efforts toward deploying thing detecting canine assets around the world, aiding the general population in resuming social and sporting events safely. Now, let me throw a little hypothetical out here. So if the dog finds that somebody has tested for the thing, right? Does that event get canceled? Why wouldn't it just be canceled? So how is this going to help resume social and sporting events? Because we know this is a government rock band, Metallica, Tool, basically should be called, tool, because that's what they are, of the establishment. Useful idiots, maybe. Looking ahead, and this gets even more strange. Looking ahead, they plan to address upcoming biologic and medical challenges in a sustainable fashion, revolutionizing the way the world views a canine's ability to detect and prevent health concerns on a global scale. Wow. So I am really impressed. I was hoping that dogs would come along and essentially out me or people in the crew. And then, that would be the end of my medical privacy. And that's just a really great thing for everybody. Biodetection canine dogs are trained specifically for the Thing and its various offshoots like the Dodge Omni. It doesn't respond to the common car. So if you're driving a Volkswagen Bug, it's not going to respond. But if you're in the Omni, you're in the Delta Dawn coupe, 2-door, 4-door, with the vinyl top, the dog is going to respond. So the dog apparently knows the difference between the common car and the Dodge Omni. So what a blessing for everybody, right? I mean, what could go wrong here? They say the dogs are not used to search large crowds, just manageable groups. We don't search whole stadiums. That is not what we are there for, Sean Reed, the director of training and operations for Biodetection Canine, told a local news publication. I don't take a dog and search a crowd of 60,000 people. Wow, what a relief, huh? Wade Morrell, CEO of Priority One Canine, which recently bought Biodetection Canine. So you even have like the mom and pop canine detection being bought out by the bigger Priority One detection service, right? Anyway, Wade Morrell told WBNS that there are about 100 employees. Interesting. 100. That's exactly how many that you need for a mandate, right? For a Thing mandate. That's very interesting how they work on about 100 employees. Isn't that an amazing coincidence? Anyway, there are about 100 employees at a typical stadium or area concert. And to search those 100 employees, it would take about 5 minutes. That's great. It takes longer to line everybody. Oh my gosh. Line everybody up and take their face protector things off than it does having the dogs go down the line and search them. So here's the kicker. The dogs are actually going to sniff out the medical devices that these people have been wearing. So it assumes, of course, that everybody is wearing a medical device on their head. That's what it assumes. So according to Morrell, testing is done by having participants line up 4 to 6 feet apart and removing their device that they've worn for about 10 minutes. The dogs then go down the line sniffing and will stop and sit to indicate if the participant has tested positive for the Thing. Because you have such a concentrated area of odor, you mean inside the device? People have said that, wearing the device for a prolonged period of time. Anyway, I'm going to stop. But stuff is in there, right? It's accumulated in there. So the dogs are going after the stuff that's inside of that. But see, Dave, it works because all of it winds up. Yeah, sure. All of it winds up there. But actually, it's on the ground, right? I mean, because you have such a high concentrated area of odor, there's a higher probability that the dogs will find it in the thing that you wear on your face. All right, that's the article. So this, according to the government-run website, the government-sanctioned band, which in this case is Metallica and or Tool, or as I like to call them, useful idiots, And then there's the government program, which has now been implemented in order to make sure that a government mandate is carried out and government regulations are working, because you have to wear one of those things in order to be detected by these bomb sniffing. Well, actually, no, they're not bomb sniffing. They are thing sniffing. Again, I apologize for that. But that's what they're doing. They're sniffing out to make sure that your QR code is valid, that you went to Walgreens for the third or fourth time. I mean, this stuff is mind-blowing. It's absolutely insane. And if you go down this road and you think this is cool and this is fine, that they've unleashed sniffing dogs for tour safety at concerts, and this is a good thing, and it's somehow going to make you safe, I don't understand this, and I don't know how the concert industry is going to survive. I think that's really the punchline at the end of this. These regulations are insanity. These ideas are bordering on, I don't know, pure totalitarianism. I mean, what else are they going to employ to enforce this stuff? And then again, who's to say after all this, somebody in the crew doesn't test positive for the thing? After all of this, and then won't they shut it down? What if the dog finds 4 or 5 of those diapers on the floor or on the ground and sniffs them out, and then your whole crew is now incapacitated and has to go back to their hotel rooms for at least 5 days, maybe 10 days, because some states don't like the 5 days. They want the 10 days. They want the 10 days enforced. I don't know what else to say. Just when I thought I had seen it all, there's sniffing dogs. There's sniffing dogs, people, at concerts. They're going to sniff people. They're going to sniff you out to make sure that you are not carrying the thing. And if you do, I'm pretty sure the concert is going to be canceled anyway. That is if you test for the thing. All right. Insanity video done. I'm just documenting. You can, bookmark these, save them, download them. It's historical what we're witnessing here, because in 2 years, people are going to forget. Remember the dogs? They unleashed the dogs, released the hounds. I mean, this is complete nuttery. This is moon battery. This is all of the things that people said were tinfoil hat a few months ago. And now we've got dogs that are on the job.